change orders and where we're at, and make sure we come out the way we intended to when we let the project. You know, I mean, we're just, their failure to do that is putting us in a bad way.
They are, you know, and hopefully Terry will in fact give you those numbers today that he basically promised me yesterday that he would give.
What was the difference in the change orders and what was that again? 18,000 or something? What did you say? The difference in what we budgeted versus what we have.
Where we have right now is approximately 35,000 that's left to be that we could spend on the project. There is a little bit more in there because when I came up and I subtract out this 35,000, every change order that has come through, I've held out a contingency.
Right.
And so in reality, there's probably around 45 based on all of our change orders that we gave in the contingency. But I don't want to count on that being 45 at this point in time because, well, one, just like I just expressed, you know, we have a change order for them to remove a certain amount of material and a cost, and I believe before we're all said and done, we're going to remove probably more than that material in some of these pretty wet spots, and so, you know, there's a, you know, that contingency for that change order is going to probably get burned up. And so that's why I'm coming from seeing this on a conservative number. The number that I want to work with on a daily thing at this point is 35. You know, I think that we have a 45, you know, would be wishful.
Well, I just can't see what we gained by shutting it down today. I mean, really, I don't know. I mean, we'd be in a world of hurt because we're going to argue about those issues anyway.
No, we are. My only concern in this thing is getting it right, and my biggest frustration through all of this thing is you don't understand the frustration when I stand down there and talk to them and I'm asking for this stuff, and they look right through me and says, "I'm sorry, but you're not going to get it till the end of the project." You know, that's disrespectful. That has no respect for the job that I'm required to do. You know, that is closed-minded, and the only thing they're worrying about is what they have to do, and only half of what they have. You know, they 100% forget that this paperwork is a part of that contract. You know, they're looking at the mindset that as long as I get this road done and it looks pretty when it's done, we get what we were supposed to do, and that's not the case. There's an obligation to come in here and do this stuff in a timely manner. And so it's, from my side, it's just a frustration factor is, you know, I don't feel that we get any respect out there when we're coming in and saying we need this. When I informed Terry of this letter that we wrote, at the time he came to me, I didn't have it in front of me, I said, "Hey, you're going to get a letter from us, you're probably not very happy, this is what transpired." And his words to me were, you're right, you know, I can't even defend my paperwork not being in order, but he says, "I didn't realize it was that important to you." What do you mean you didn't realize? How many times do I have to ask your brother, how many times does Dave in our office have to ask you and ask your brother, we're blue in the face, and then to sit here and say, "Oh, I didn't realize it was that important to you."
Well, just the mere fact that the inequity we created is very important to me. You know, it's just trying to be fair to everything. I don't know that we need a motion or seconding.
Mr. Chairman, I wasn't going to say anything today, but what I've been hearing right now, I'm talking, I can't get out of being county commissioner, so I'm talking. First thing I think what I've heard today that we should do, or you should do, not me, you should do, is make the woman whole. That's a big inequity there. Make this lady whole. Because here she is on a block, everybody else, and this lady sitting there paying for that. That is totally unethical. I mean, it is not proper. when she could have got the job done through you, as you said, Mr. Chairman. Secondly, the recs are telling us, or telling the RPC what to do. This is transportation funds. The recs don't have that kind of authority. And if they don't want to cooperate, what's their time limit? Are they, their 18th was when they should have had the project done?
Of October.
Of October, all right.
Yeah, they're
Of
not
October.
behind, they're not behind yet.
Yeah, they're what?
They're not behind
No,
yet.
but I'm saying, they've got how many days now? 20 days?
Somewhere in there.
I just find this very offensive, that these people are running you around, and as you said, it's disrespectful. And I think they should be told, because they're putting you guys, I agree with Mr. Lemich 100%. They're putting you guys in a very bad spot. You don't know what to do. Like he said, you don't want to shut the project down, for God's sake. You want to get that road finished sometime.
Absolutely.
But I think Mr. Rex, both Rex, Mr. Rex should have been here today to discuss this. They're not that busy. They're not that imperious.
And
This is RTC funds.
absolutely.
That has to be acknowledged. They have to understand it's a different rule. You guys have a big command here with the RTC funds. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's just let her ride, huh?
Well,
Is there some,
I think we have one more special meeting for next Thursday, and the mandatory that they be here
Okay.
to explain their actions. I want it on record.
Okay.
that's
I
fine.
think that's a great idea. I believe if they come here in front, they will have the paperwork together for us at that point in time. I think if there is nothing that, another deadline or something that they gotta come be in front of you over, I don't believe that, I would get my numbers today. I think they would get busy. And so I do think it is good that they will come in here. We'll continue to seek those numbers from them. We'll do the best we can to get all that stuff together.
So we'll bring them in, let George film. How's that, George? On TV.
You're on TV.
That's all right with everybody? Next Thursday, 8 a.m.
Okay.
And that will be a presentation by Threat Founders on the refusal to cooperate.
Okay.
Hey,
I make a motion, we got a meeting next Thursday.
you got it, I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
All in favor, that's my job. Aye. All right, so our regular meeting, Bill?
I don't think everybody,
You guys.
yeah, I definitely would have BJ here,
And then when you're gonna be gone, 17th?
23rd, 24th.
Okay. So you guys wanna go ahead and go for the 17th, that's fine with me. Mike, and you make sure Bruce is here, so.
We can make sure that both Mike and Bruce will be here, and then I'll notify his name's Jared then. So we can put together a presentation and see if, Tina Budd and Aaron Lamb from All Mountain Wine would like to also attend the presentation. So, if you guys wish for the 17th, I'll move forward and get my people to put this together.
17th.
What time?
I get 8. Coming back to Reno's. Or actually, that afternoon.
You can watch it on TV.
I can. Okay, back to public comment.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to remind you that it's a request that we address the ADA corners on the Central Lady School on Indian Center Street. There was some work done, 15 feet going up Center Street past that corner, and it's very little additional work to put in ADA on those two corners. I appreciate the fact that you folks are looking at this particular project a little closer. I want to remind you of the problems the city had with Winter Road. Lack of engineering, lack of surveying. We don't know if that road was put on private property or city right of way. Also, when they did Orson, the agreement with Mr. Carson was, once it was done, you put in a proper valley gutter. Doesn't even tie in with the drop inlets. When are we going to address that? And Mr. Carson has yet to finish the curb and gutter alongside his trailer park. I have a new concern in regards to David E. Norman. If you look at the sidewalk there, city code says 4-foot minimum in a residential area, 5 foot in a commercial area or a public area. Measure those sidewalks. You did that project, in some areas there's no curb and gutter at all. A lot of money spent, and for what?
David Norman was not an RTC project.
That wasn't part of your monies?
No, it's Sniffle.
Yeah, it's just school,
Okay.
that's school district.
Okay, I'll address those issues elsewhere. Thank you.
Okay, nothing else? We're adjourned. Glad you have the meeting now.
No, I finished there. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah. Did you do your exercises this morning?
No, I did them last night, I went cuckoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not right. Yeah, that's not good.
See ya. Yes, sir. My other meeting.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachis reporting. The preceding program was sponsored by The Greek, Ely's Radio Shack dealer, at 570 Altman in downtown Ely, and brought to you as a public service by Ely TV, Channel 3-2 in Ely, Nevada. Local news telecasts can be seen Monday through Friday at 12:30 and 6:30 p.m. on this station.